In this video I tackle some brake issues on the Perodua Nippa and ask the question, does it sound like a Honda NSX? Oh, that Nippa's getting fruity again. That's what the Nippa sounds like. What does the Honda sound like? Ah, that be not attached then. Okay, definitely time for a new exhaust then. Well, we've got the exhaust fitted now. The old exhaust is sitting over here in bits, literally rusted apart. Bit worried about the clearance down here. I don't see an awful lot there, and also we didn't have any gaskets for this joint under here, so I've just had to smear a load of sealant over it and hope for the best. The question is, what does the Nippa now sound like? Oh, I can hear that blowing. I think we're going to have to get a gasket, but meanwhile I think we can call that a success. Look at that, still only 32,000 miles on the clock. Well, you have to admit, they sound quite similar. I reckon so anyway. But anyway, with the exhaust repaired on the Nippa, I could then turn my attention to the brakes. So this is how that unfolded. The Nippa is in the garage today, and why would that be? Yes, it is still a mess in there, leave me alone. It would be because it's run out of brakes. Look, that's the backing plate of the pad, and it's been rubbing on the disc. Generally considered a pretty undesirable set of circumstances, and I think this is probably why. You can see here, if I get far enough away for it to actually focus, that the piston which goes in and out is quite seriously rusty. That's probably because the pads have been low, and it's allowed the piston to get more and more exposed, and it seized and then pushed the pads into the disc all the more. So a bit frustrating. I need to try and refurb the caliper, replace the discs and the pads, but first of all I need to try and work out what make this is, and that's not particularly easy because there doesn't seem to be a make on it. Bother. Well, it took some extreme violence to get the pads out on this Nippa. The pins are in dreadful condition, so these go through the pads and push into the caliper housing. Yeah, that one's had some brutality forced upon it today, and it isn't very healthy. I'm hoping the pads come with new pins. The other issue is that the pads came out, and yeah, there's no material at all on that. That is the side that was scraping the disc. You can see there's not a sausage on it. That's really not good. I've pushed the piston back in, and the piston seems to work all right. The sliders aren't too bad, I don't think. I think these must be the sliders. They're very dry, so I'll chuck some lube on those, and we'll see if that does the trick. But I'm a bit stuck for now because I need to wait for discs and pads to arrive first of all. I'm going to see if I can get away with just stripping the caliper and cleaning everything up and giving it a dose of grease. I've got far too lazy with this car, if I'm honest with you. I've just every year fresh oil and filters, and that's been about it. So this is biting me on the backside because I haven't done the full hog, and really you should get the brakes apart every time you service the car, just to make sure everything's still free and moving, and so you get a good look at all the pads, because you can sometimes have a look at one of the pads through the wheel or perhaps from the other side. It's very difficult to inspect both at the same time, so let that be a warning to you. Well, it's been a bit of a trial, but the Nippa is back on the road again with its new brakes. Replacement used calipers that actually slide, new pads, new discs, and palaver with the wrong discs. Then I lost a hub nut, ironically, and then I got sent the wrong hub nut, and then while I was in the garage looking for something else, I found the original hub nut. So we got there in the end. I really do need to tidy up. Anyway, that's the Nippa saga. It is back in use again, which is good. And I'm going inside now because I'm getting eaten alive by bloody midges. Ugh. So there we are, nice and simple really. New calipers on, new pads, new discs, once I've finally got the right ones. And the Nippa is back in action again. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. There'll be more adventures of this car coming soon. I've got a wheel off while I rebuild the brakes on it, so don't worry, the Proton will be back. But yeah, I shall see you in another video. Farewell.